Namaste. Welcome to this short practice. Today we're looking at mudra in hand mudras, Hasta Mudras in standing postures. So we're actually only going to do Warrior Two and do some mudras to go with to see if we can get a sense of energy changing in our practice with these hand gestures. So the gestures we're going to use today are the gesture of fearlessness, which is the usual hand position for Warrior Two with the arms out to the side. We're also going to use Prana Mudra. So for Prana Mudra, first fingers and middle fingers extended, ring fingers and little fingers curled into the palm of the hand with a thumb on top. And again, this is going to be arms out to the side. Our third gesture is Anjali Mudra, as commonly known as Namaste, just with the hands at the center of the chest, dropping the heels of the hands down to keep the shoulders down and the elbows nice and open. And our fourth gesture will be Shank Mudra. So for this, we take one thumb and put it into the palm of the opposite hand, wrap the fingers around that thumb, and then draw the free first finger and thumb towards each other, wrapping the other fingers around. So you end up with this sort of position, and this is sometimes called Conch Mudra as well. So Shank Mudra, Conch Mudra, looks a bit like a conch shell, I guess, if you're using your imagination. So you might need a block for this practice, and you will certainly need to be warmed up. So doing a few rounds of sun salutations or warming up before you begin. But for those who have warmed up, we're going to take our feet nice and wide, and you don't need your widest Warrior Two for this pose, Virabhadrasana 2 for this practice rather, because we're going to hold it for quite a while. So do bear that in mind. If you know that you can easily work with the legs a little wider, maybe drawing the feet a little further in, because by not fighting to stay in this posture, you will get a more tangible experience of the energy of the posture with the Hasta Mudras. So we're going to start with the feet parallel, pointing forwards, pressing into the heels and the outside edges of the feet to really activate the inner thighs. And we're turning the right foot out first. So turning the right toes to the right, and just play with your hips a little, with your legs straight, and then bending into your front knee so that the knee is supported by the foot, but you've got both heels pressing into the feet and away, as if you were trying to stretch the mat between your feet. And then in this pose of the legs, very active in the feet, the legs, the belly, and the buttocks, we're going to reach the arms out to the side and find the gesture of fearlessness, all the fingers and thumbs together, shoulders drop down, turning, if you wish to gaze across the fingers of the right hand. You don't have to, but if you'd like to, you can. Try to have a sense of separating the fingertips from each other, as in reaching the fingers of the left hand as far away from the fingers of the right hand, is what I mean. Still a gentle lift in the belly muscles. And just taking a note to feel how this feels in your body. And then from here, taking Prana Mudra, so bending the ring fingers and little fingers into the palm of the hand, wrapping the thumbs around them, leaving the other two fingers extended. And notice if this is different. And don't worry if you don't notice anything on this first round. But getting used to holding this new position of the hands, still keeping the feet nice and active, the posture nice and active. And then from here, bringing the hands together at the center of the chest, Anjali Mudra, or Namaste if you prefer, dropping the heels of the hands down, finding that more neutral position of the head turned to the long side of the mat, perhaps, or over the chest, wherever the chest happens to be turned. And just noticing if it's different to hold in this posture or not. And then finally, we're going to take the thumb of the right hand into the palm of the left, wrap the left fingers around, and then draw the right first finger and left thumb tip towards each other, and wrap the rest of the right fingers around the hand and clasp that towards your chest. Again, seeing if that makes you feel or has a change of any kind in your sense of breath, sense of body, or sense of energy. And then when you're ready, you can release your arms, take them back to the first position, our normal position. We're going to release our legs as well. So gently lengthening the right leg, releasing the hands down to the side. You can turn your right foot in, just give yourself a little bounce on the legs. And we'll do the same thing on the left, and then we'll come back to do it one more time each side. So turning out the left foot, have a sense of, with the legs long, pressing the heels and the outside edges of the feet into the floor, and then bending into your left knee, feet trying to stretch the mat between them. Nice and active in the legs, belly, the buttocks, and then reaching the hands wide, this time gazing over the fingertips of the left hand in that gesture of fearlessness. The reason why it's used in Warrior is because it's the gesture of fearlessness. So we're holding our normal warrior pose here, finding that sense of power within. And then taking your hands into Prana Mudra, ring fingers and little fingers bent into the palms, thumbs on top, other fingers extended long, still gazing across the fingertips of the left hand, if that feels comfortable for your neck. Take a few moments here, see if you notice any changes to the energy or the feeling or the breath in this pose. And then you can bring your hands together at the center of your chest, Anjali Mudra, dropping the heels down, keeping the neck nice and long. And you can even close your eyes here or gaze gently down if you prefer, just to internalize your experience. See if you can feel any difference. And then we're going to take Shank Mudra by taking the left thumb into the right palm, wrapping the right fingers around it, and then bringing the left first finger and right thumb tip towards each other, and wrapping the left fingers that are left around the hand. Drawing that against your chest, settling your shoulders down. Just taking a few moments to, again, see if you can feel any changes in the energy of the pose, the demand of energy for the pose, the breath, the feeling of it. When you're ready, you can relax the arms back to the first position. And then we'll come out of Warrior Two on this side, turning the left toes in, relaxing the arms down. Take a moment to wiggle anything that needs wiggling. So we're going to practice again once more to each side. And if you need more time in any of these, then you can practice on your own as well. Pause the video, do as you choose. Let's turn out the right toes. We're going to firm the feet into the floor, bend the right knee, reach the arms long, draw the shoulder blades down. Find your gesture of fearlessness and just see how it feels. Again, you don't want the biggest warrior in the world here because we're holding. We don't want the demand of holding to overtake the awareness that we've got in what's going on in our bodies. So just take note of your body map, your breath map, your mental map in this pose. And then take Prana Mudra. Ring fingers and little fingers bent into the palm and thumb tips on top. What's changed? How is it different to do it this way? And then from here to Anjali Mudra, palms together at the center of the chest, a little more restful for the neck. Again, what's changed? to do this. It's okay if you never notice any change. There is change happening. It may be too subtle at the moment to notice. That's okay. When you're ready, Shank Mudra. Right thumb into left palm, wrapping the left fingers around, right first finger and left thumb tip together, and resting the hands against the chest. When you're ready, you can come back to a standard warrior two. And from there, we're lengthening the right leg, turning the right toes in, taking a moment to release the arms, relax the shoulders and hips as needed. And we'll do it one more time to the left and then do a little release. So turning out the left toes, finding your legs nice and solid and steady and just pressing into the heels, bending into the left knee, reaching the arms out, taking the gesture of fearlessness, finding that movement of your shoulders down, gazing across the left fingertips. Notice how this feels, imprint physically, breath-wise and mentally, how this feels in the body. And then from here, taking Prana Mudra, ring fingers and little fingers in, thumbs on top, other fingers extended. When you're ready, bringing your hands to Anjali Mudra, just noticing any difference in how this feels in the physical, breath and mental bodies. And then finishing with Shank Mudra, the left thumb into the palm of the right hand, wrapping the right fingers around, the right thumb and left first fingertip together, resting the hands against the chest. And then when you're ready, releasing the arms back to warrior two, standard hands, standard arms, lengthening the left leg, turning the left toes in, relaxing the arms down. And we're going to counterpose just with a little forward bending here. So a little soft in the knees, slide your hands down your legs, maybe reach for a block, or you can rest your forearms on your thighs. And then just give a little gentle sway of the hips from side to side, either forward bending or with the knees a little bit more bent, if that suits you better. When you're ready, you can scissor your feet together, so heel toe in with the feet. So you end up in a standing forward bend. We're going to bend the knees deeply, round through the spine, and come up to standing. As you come up to standing, you can stay here or reach the arms out and up, and draw the palms down through the center of the chest. So have a play around, an investigation, an experimentation with these different Hasta Mudras, hand gestures, and your warrior two pose, and feel free to comment. Let me know how you feel, any changes that you feel as a result of doing that. And it's okay, it might take time to develop that awareness, but even if you don't feel it, there are energetic changes going on in the body when we use our hands in this way. I hope you've enjoyed this short practice. Remember to do relaxation. Namaste.